To Kill a Mockingbird, Chapter 28. Bet nobody bothers them tonight. It is a scary place, though, ain't it? Boo doesn't mean anybody any harm, but I'm right glad you're along. You know Atticus wouldn't let you go to the schoolhouse by yourself. Ain't you scared of Haints? Ha ha ha. What was that old thing? Angel bright, laughing death, get off the road, don't suck my breath. Haints, hot steams, incantations, secret signs had vanished with our years as mist with sunrise. God almighty! Ha ha ha! Gotcha! Thought you'd be coming along this way. What are you doing way out here by yourself, boy? Ain't you scared of Boo Radley? My parents drove me to the school. Say, Cecil, ain't you a cow tonight? To mark Halloween, Mrs. Merriweather had composed an original pageant to be held in the high school auditorium entitled Macomb County ad astra per aspera, and I was to be a ham. She thought it would be adorable if some of the children were costumed to represent the county's agricultural products. Cecil Jacobs would be dressed up to look like a cow, Agnes Boone would make a lovely butterbean, another child would be a peanut, and on down the line until Mrs. Merriweather's imagination and the supply of children were exhausted. Mrs. Crenshaw, the local seamstress, did a fine job. Jem said I looked exactly like a ham with legs. There were several discomforts, though. It was hot, it was a close fit. If my nose itched, I couldn't scratch it, and once inside, I could not get out of it alone. You all right in there, Scout? You sound so far off, like you was on the other side of a hill. You don't sound any nearer. Boom, boom, boom. At Macomb County, ad astra per aspera. That means from the mud to the stars. The bass drum went boom with every sentence Mrs. Merriweather uttered. She chanted mournfully about our county being older than the state and gave a 30-minute description of Colonel Macomb's exploits. They said later that she was putting her all into the grand finale and that she had crooned pork with a confidence born of pine trees and butterbeans entering on cue. Pork! Mrs. Merriweather seemed to have a hit. Everybody was cheering so. But she caught me backstage and told me I had ruined her pageant. Jem consented to wait backstage with me until the audience left. You want to take it off, Scout? No, just keep it on. I could hide my mortification under it. There aren't many folks left now. Let's go. Weak, 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 Scout. What? Nothing. I felt his fingers press the top of my costume. Too hard, it seemed. Jem, you don't have to hush a minute, Scout. He was pinching me. What you thinking about? I thought I heard something. Stop a minute. Hear anything? Jem, are you trying to scare me? You know I'm too old for... Be quiet. Heard an old dog just then. It's not that. I hear it when we're walking along, but when we stop, I don't hear it. Weak, 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 weak. It's just old Cecil. Let's not let him think we're hurrying. You reckon we ought to sing, Jem? No, be real quiet again, Scout. Weak, 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 weak. Run, Scout, run, run! Jem, help me, Jem! Ah, Jem! Crack! Ah! Jem! One's mind works very slowly at times. I stood there dumbly. Huh? Call Dr. Reynolds! Where's Scout? Is Jem dead? Far from it. He's got a bump on the head just like yours and a broken arm. Like somebody tried to wring his arm off. Now look at me. Then he's not dead? No, he'll be as good as new. Boys his age bounce. Mr. Finch, I tell you what I found. I found a little girl's dress. It's out there in my car. That your dress, Scout? Yes, sir, if it's a pink one with smocking. I found some funny-looking piece of muddy-colored cloth. That's my costume, Mr. Tate, and, what is it, heck? Bob Yule's lying on the ground under that tree down yonder with a kitchen knife stuck up under his ribs. He's dead, Mr. Finch.